It's never been easier to create operation templates than what it is today here in VISI. So as you can see on the right hand side, I have my different operations already set up with predetermined settings. I also have different cam setups so I can cut in different directions at one time. So as you can see, I have these already loaded and predetermined with all the settings. You can see a preview of what the operations look like. I can turn them off and then generate a dynamic stock model, which actually shows in a mesh format what type of material was taken out by either a single operation or multiple operations. As you can see, these are all the operations that were associated to the top setup. And these are all the operations set up all together for multiple different setups. You can see how it looks very, very fine with the mesh model. That's showing that this is more of a finish operation when you combine all the groups together. So if this is the way you want it to be, you can actually set up an operation template, and inside of here, you can use your different settings to determine what's going to export out. You can use different template cutting conditions on load, X, Y, Z limits, and then also use the cam setup data on load. So you can say this is a template name, and it makes it a lot simpler as when you go to another file, you don't have to load this stuff every single time. So in this example, we have a different file. We're going to create a piece, which is the model that everything's going to read off of. Then we can create a stock model from that piece using a bounding box. Within this bounding box, you can add a positive offset. You can add a X-Y offset combined, or you can specify either the X or the Y offset as well. And this is to determine if your stock model has more material than your actual piece, which will also help in determining what's being cut. So as you can see, we're loading in a project, and we can use that template base from that project, which shows all of the associated operations within it. When we select it, all the operations, all the cam setups will be predetermined. You can add a stock model, and for each specific operation, you can add specific boundaries to that area. So we're adding boundaries for the roughing, for the waterline, and then also for the raster. You'll see once we get to the setups that have different directions, you can start to see at the bottom how it's creating different work planes and different cam setups, which will be predetermined when you set up your model. So the sizing can be a little bit different for the model, and it's going to save you a whole lot of time when it comes to programming, as all the setups and all the operations are already predetermined for you. You might have to make a few minor tweaks, but for the most part, everything is all there. So you can see, here's all of your operations, and everything is already pre-set up and predetermined based on your operation template. Thank you for watching.